we're going to have to do our full story episode soon. Maybe even next week, Al. I don't know what you think about that, but I'm ready to get some stuff off my chest, okay? But before we get there, let me tee up something that I was thinking about with the armor sets, and specifically the ones that came back from Breath of the Wild. Now, I want to say this. I have no problem with like the auxiliary armor sets coming back. And by that I mean like your Ocarina of Time armor or your Twilight Princess or like the amiibo armor, let's just call it. I think all that stuff coming back is totally fine. I think like the Korok mask coming back is fine. Majora's Mask, that's fine. However, I kind of take umbrage with them just bringing back like the barbarian armor and the climbing armor and the like and when I say I take umbrage with that, I understand why they're back because those are like vital abilities that you need in your game. Climb faster, hit stronger. All of those things are things that you need in the game. But like, come on, give us new stuff. Like, give us something. Mm-hmm. Give us something new. Like, I think that would have been an easy change to make. And again, who am I? I don't know, right? But like, I think that would have been an easy change so it doesn't feel so much like Breath of the Wild. Mm-hmm. Like, because so much of this game feels like been there, done that, got that. Like, why? Why is the Flame Breaker armor back and not something new and something cool and something unique to Tears of the Kingdom? Yeah. So I'm looking at the armor in this game, and even if it was like super, super useful, I never used it like out of spite. Because I was like, I do not want to. I do not want to wear the barbarian armor again. I don't want to do it. I do not want to put on the rubber suit. I'd rather get hit by lightning. I don't like. I was like, no, I don't want this again. I've already had it. I've already done it. I don't like. I feel like so much of this game, unfortunately, like, is so heavily lifted from Breath of the Wild, from the map to the like. It's so much of it is the same. And when you get half of the armor sets that are just like retreads of what's already been done in Breath of the Wild, that kind of made me feel a little bit like almost like we were talking about last week with the collectathons. It's like you couldn't have done anything else. Like there was 6 years in between these games coming out. You couldn't have at least changed like the snow armor, which I like too, by the way. But like you couldn't have changed it to give us something new. Give us something fresh. Give us something different. Something unique to this game. Like, come on. Like what if instead of the snow armor, what if instead of the flame breaker armor, like, let's just say, like, hey, the ember armor is the new flame breaker armor. The I can't remember. The charge set is the new rubber set. Like, that, like, would that have been hard?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So I get where you're coming from. My thing about it is not that they gave us a lot of the same armor, is that we had to acquire it again. We had to get it
again.
That
too.
We had to pay for it again. So my thing is that Nintendo clearly made a decision where they were like, how do we make this obviously a sequel, but enough of a standalone game that if this is the first time somebody's playing a Zelda game or hasn't played Breath of the Wild, it can work on its own. And I think that was the wrong decision. I think if you're going to make a sequel game, get 100% behind making it a sequel game and understand that players who spent 6 years playing Breath of the Wild already have all this armor, already have all the map, already, like, you had 2 other locations of map to get. Why do you need to get the surface again? You don't. You really don't. The compendium again, it's just like, okay, we already got all the like standard compendium stuff. Let's get the new compendium, like the new things that came from like the Horriblins and the Gleeok, stuff like that. That makes sense, like build off of the game that people have already completed. Don't make it a do-over. It just was very frustrating for returning players who had spent so much time in Breath of the Wild to do all the same things that they accomplished in Breath of the Wild in this new game. I think they should have gone the opposite and been like, this is 100% a sequel. If you are lost, go play Breath of the Wild. I don't think that's so hard of an ask,
Especially because like 30 million people have played Breath of the Wild. Like,
yeah, seriously.
Like it's not like a lot of people playing this probably didn't already play Breath of the Wild.
I know, yeah. Exactly. So I didn't think that was the right decision on Nintendo's part. And that's what's frustrating to me about the armor sets, is that you have to go get them again when you already had them in Breath of the Wild.
I mean, you could apply that critique to almost like you could apply it to the collectibles. You could apply
Yeah.
it to honestly, you could apply it to the story. You could apply it to like a lot of the continuity issues. It's like, like the Sheik attack. It's like, okay, where to go? Like so you can apply that to a lot of different aspects in this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. But I want to talk about that more when we talk about the story. I think we should just do it next week, Al. What do you think?
Okay.
All
Story,
right.
full spoil. I mean, it's been 3 months. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
It's been to the day. It's been 3 months since.
Yeah,
Tuesday
you're
night.
right.
So I think
it has.
we've reached the point where we can do our spoilers.
Our 90-day probation is over, baby. We're doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like, I don't know. Just every time I saw like the Hylian armor or the Barbarian armor or the Zora armor, especially because it was part of a main quest to get, I was like, come on, you can't give us like something new.
I thought it was like I thought they did an okay job with that, where they were like, oh, we took care of your armor for you because it was damaged, because it was personally a gift from Mifa. She made it for you personally.
Yeah.
So I was really worried that I was like gonna have to buy this or something. But then at the same time, the rest of the armor was scattered for other reasons. And I'm just like, why not just keep it all together for me? Because it's a gift from your precious Mifa to me. Why are you scattering it and making me go look for it again?
I don't know. I didn't like that at all in terms of the outfits. I just kind of felt a little bit, a little bit lazy, I guess, to me. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, Al, I have the opportunity on the Zelda Cast Top 10s available on patreon.com/spnet to tell everybody my favorite outfit in Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm not going to do that on this show, but I think you should. What is the one for you? What's the one?
The Zonite armor.
Zonite?
100%.
Okay.
My favorite set. And like I said, the headset is really cool looking. I just don't like running around with it. I prefer the way Link looks with his shaggy hair in the Zonite, with the rest of the Zonite armor. And it really works because I use that hoverbike, motorbike everywhere, so it's really nice.
There you go.
Usage for the batteries, so it's my favorite.
Okay, well, we're gonna get out of here pretty quickly, but before we go, I should mention that if you listen to another Zelda podcast, you got a special treat today, because there is a new episode of another Zelda podcast out today featuring yours truly and Allison Aletha on it, and we are discussing with David and Katie the top 10 epic moments in the series. I take that back. It wasn't a top 10. We each had like 3, right?
It was like a top 10 collective.
That's right.
Know?
It was top 12. We each had 3, and we made 12 overall. So there was a lot of cool stuff on there that I didn't think of, that other people brought up, and like ones that I was pretty excited about as well. So I would definitely recommend checking that episode out. It should be out, like I said, today. I saw Katie post about it earlier, so should be out wherever you get your podcast. Go check it out. Another Zelda podcast, a great podcast, by the way. Like, I think that like there's a lot of hours in a week, so like I love I want people to listen to us, obviously, of course, but like check out another Zelda podcast. Check out like the Hyrule Travelogue. Check out Chat of the Wild, stuff like that. Like, take in all the different Zelda opinions, Zelda hot takes, Zelda information, stuff like that. There's a lot of like really talented people out there making a lot of really good Zelda shows, and we're fortunate enough to be on one with David and Katie. So check that out. It's out today.
Awesome.
I can't even remember what moments I brought up, actually, so I might have to re-listen to that.
Yeah, it was a fun time. I remember that there was a couple I couldn't say because I didn't want to spoil them.
Yeah.
They hadn't finished Tears.
Yeah. Well, if you haven't finished Tears, well, I don't recommend you tune in next week, because we are going full bore spoiler. I'm excited for this. I might even have to prep a little bit for this, because
yeah, me too, because it's been a while.
And yeah, I have some stuff to get off my chest about this game and its story. So, all right, well, that is going to do it for us. We are going to get out of here. Of course, we want you guys to check us out wherever you get your podcast, like and subscribe, leave us a 5-star review. And in fact, I unlocked Spotify comments yesterday. I came to the 21st century and got into the back end of Spotify. Everyone's been leaving comments, and they're very sweet. So keep that up. That's amazing. Follow us on Twitter. I'm at Spateri316. Al is at Allison Aletha. We are at the Zelda Cast. And you can, of course, recommend us to that Zelda fan in your life. We're on Patreon. Patreon.com/SPNet. You've heard me plug it about 1,000 times this episode, and I'm going to do it one more time. So we got the Zelda Cast top 10s rolling through. We're in episode 12, or episode 2 right now. And Adriel's mother, if you're still in chat, Adriel is coming on next month for Zelda Cast top 10, so that's going to be fun. And of course, speaking of chat, we stream our shows every week. We're live on Twitch. Usually it's Sundays. Today it's Saturday. But we're over at twitch.tv/the Zelda Cast. And I think that's all the plugging I have to do, Al. I think we've plugged away as much as we possibly can. So with that being said, we are going to get out of here. But everybody have a great week, and we'll see you back here next week. Take care. Hey everyone. If you enjoyed this clip and want to see more of the Zelda Cast, make sure to head over to your favorite podcast platform of choice and subscribe. There are over 200 episodes in the vault that will provide you with hundreds of hours of Zelda content for you to enjoy. You can listen to us when you're on a walk, fighting Ganon, trying to sleep, whatever. And if you want to see these shows as they happen, make sure to head over to twitch.tv/the Zelda Cast, where you can watch our beautiful faces talk about Zelda every single week. Don't miss out, and we'll see you next time.